Hello, this is Gary Wishon, the Disgruntled Heathen. There will be a link down below to a BBC show called Connections. In later incarnations, it was called The Day the Universe Changed by James Burke. The theme of this show is something I try to live by as much as possible. That anyone can change the world. Anyone. A world-changing event is not just one act. It's 1,001 and 1,000,001 little small acts that led to that change. A recent show I saw, you have to really pay attention when you see the show. A blockade runner back during the Napoleonic Wars, his meager contribution led to the study of the human brain and weather forecasting. He lived a long life, died, never knowing about his meager contribution, but he nonetheless changed the world. I try to be mindful what my contributions are. I think we, as a society, has to do that if we're going to see any positive change. I'll give you an example. I was on the phone and with customer service. There was a problem on my bill, and the lady, she's doing her best. I got screwed around by automated system. I could have copped an attitude, but I kept my patience. When she asked for a second to look something up, I said, go ahead, take your time. Don't worry about me. And her reaction was startling because I must have been the only person she's talked to in a long time that didn't yell. Why would I fucking yell? The person I was talking to is not the owner of the company. Wasn't even a supervisor, let alone a president or vice president of the company. Why would I inflict my frustration on her? And that is such an out of the norm thing for her. I swear, if it was any more of an emotional impact, she would have cried. That is the norm. Being an asshole is a norm nowadays. Like those bastards who walk around in stores even though there's a mask mandate. Either with a mask around their chin and they're acting like all snotty, or no mask at all and obviously looking for a fight. What contribution to society are they making to help better things? What will their impact result as they go through the world? I try to be the best person I possibly can. Not, let's say, because I love that reaction from people. It is out of the norm. Being a good person nowadays is sadly out of the norm, and the expression on their face or the tone of their voice is such a, it helps me as well as them. It helps me realize that I'm not the worst thing. I can make a difference, at least for this one moment in their life, this one respite from people yelling, people giving attitude, people making a fool out of themselves. If I can just give them that one fucking moment and set an example of how somebody should act instead of how they tend to act. I love the reaction from people. Like today, in the past I've mentioned how I scrounge for lottery tickets because there's a points for prizes program in my state. I found $23, 20 and 3 $1 bills. And I'm not gonna lie, I put it in my pocket at first. Then I thought about it, especially nowadays, the job market going to hell, millions of people unemployed. That might have been the only $23 that person had when they accidentally threw it away. I pictured somebody running back, trying to retrace their steps, trying to find that money. With a small amount of reluctance, I walked back into the gas station and I gave the clerk the $23 and I said, "Here." I basically trusted him to give that money to whoever comes looking for it. And the expression on his face, I swear if there wasn't a plastic divider between us, he probably would have poked me with his finger to try to make sure I was even real. With a confused look at his face, he goes, "Okay, if no one comes in and you come in tomorrow, if they didn't ask for their money back, I'll give it to you." For all I know, he just put it in his pocket and moved on with his life. I don't need the acknowledgement from the person who lost the money. I need to be the person who ensured that they got it back. Because if I just put it in my pocket and walked away, what series of reactions am I putting in place? Am I making a good contribution or a bad contribution? I'm hoping anyone who's been polite enough to sit through this to realize what contributions you can make and act accordingly. You don't have to be some world-changing person, some famous, powerful, great person. You just do a small act and hope the series of reactions that comes from it can snowball into something great. It's possible. And do yourself a favor, check out the show. Till next time, goodbye.